In a world where everyone feels rushed for time, no audience has the time to watch you get lost in the presentation because you keep losing your place. In this video, I'll share with you a technique for using notes that makes your notes invisible and keeps your presentation on time every time. Two things everyone wants in a presentation: look smooth, finish on time. Not always easy, especially if you lose your place or if you try to memorize your presentation and suddenly draw a blank. Here's an easy-to-use technique that revolves around, get this, a bottle of water. I'll explain in a minute. First, prepare the outline of your presentation. Not every single detail, just the major points in the flow of the presentation. The trick is to use big fonts, 20-point or higher, and as few words as possible. Here's an example. Once you have the outline done, print it out on paper. If you put the outline on your phone or your iPad, you run the risk of the screen going blank at the worst possible moment when you need it. Paper won't do that. Try to limit the entire format to one sheet of paper. Now, as you get set up for the presentation, use a desk, a small table, even a podium, something in the front of the room where you can easily access your notes. That's where you're going to place your notes. Take off your watch and put it right next to your notes on that table. And then put a bottle of water on the other side of your notes. You're all set up. You now have everything you need to stay on track and on time. Here's how to use it. You deliver the open, the first part of your presentation. When you want to make sure that you are comfortable with what comes next, you walk over to the bottle of water, and as you reach for it, it looks like you're glancing at the water. You're actually glancing at your notes. You see what comes next on your outline. The audience just sees you taking a sip of water. You're actually looking at your notes. Later in the presentation, you can do the same thing. You reach for the water, you check the notes as you pick up the water and put down the water, puts you right in place, you know what's coming up next. You also look at the watch and you know whether or not you are on time. Now obviously you can't do this every minute of the presentation, just a few times as needed throughout the entire presentation. This technique will keep you on track and on time. You walk over, it looks like you're getting your water. By the way, the audience never minds you drinking water. They understand you are going to get parched in a presentation. And as you're drinking your water, you're looking at your notes and you're glancing at the time. You're staying on track, you're staying on time. This technique lets you know periodically if you have to shorten parts of your presentation to make sure you finish on time. And that's what the audience wants. They want you to respect their time. Simple technique, keeps you on track, keeps you on time, every time. I can't stress this enough. Finishing your presentation on time is paramount. Time has become people's most precious resource. Respect it. The more you develop the reputation for finishing on time every time, the more trust you build with every audience. Until next time, the hay's in the barn.